Welcome, everyone. We're just delighted that you're able to join us today for a very special URU Town Hall that will focus on transfer student success. Some of you perhaps joined us Tuesday when we had a town hall that featured George Koo and some of his colleagues from some of our colleagues around the country talking about tutoring as a high impact practice. In my mind, today's topic and that one really are connected because one of the best ways I think we can facilitate transfer student success is through interinstitutional tutoring, where seniors at Colorado State are helping tutor folks at a two-year institution, like a Fort Range Community College, that kind of thing. So we're just delighted that you're back joining us. This town hall will be recorded, of course, and posted. I'm Steve Dandino. For those who don't know me, I serve as Executive Director of UERU and Associate Provost at Colorado State University, which has hosted UERU since 2013, and for which we're very grateful. Folks are still joining, so I'm just delaying just a bit so we can have everyone in the room. As I said, it's a very special town hall today because exciting work is going on in Chicago and Illinois, and it's my great pleasure to introduce our colleague who I think most of you, if not all of you, know, at least through his role as our now past president of UERU, and that is Dr. Nikos Varelas, who is also, when he's not spending so much time working with us at UERU, serves as Senior Vice Provost for Academic Program Student Success and Effectiveness at the University of Illinois, Chicago. Nikos is a professor of physics and the person driving the Chicago Roadmap 2.0 effort in the city of Chicago and throughout Illinois. And we're really grateful to him for all that he's been doing on behalf of this project and for taking time today to share a little bit more about it. So many thanks to all of you for joining. And let me turn things over to Dr. Varelas.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve, for this introduction, and thank you to you for organizing this town hall and giving the opportunity to present the work that we are doing in Chicago and Illinois to enhance student success. I hope that the Chicago Roadmap 2.0 will serve as a model at both the state and national levels, igniting a transformative approach to overcoming barriers to transfer and degree completion. A sustainable workforce depends on accessible, high-quality education leading to degree attainment. About 42 million Americans have some college credits without a credential. Community colleges serve approximately 9 million students annually, acting as an accessible entry point in higher education, particularly for students from low-income backgrounds, as they are more affordable, closer to home, and offer flexible course schedules. Although we know from data that have been posted from the Community College Research Center, although 80% of community college students aspire to transfer to four-year institutions, only 16% earn a bachelor's degree within 6 years since the start of their community college. This corresponds to about 4 times lower than the national 6-year graduation rate for first-year students. Improving transfer student success remains one of the most pressing challenges in higher education today. And this data also highlights the discrepancies and the gaps that exist in completion rates among low-income, male, older, Black, and Hispanic students. And this is something that what we're trying to also change in Illinois. So although Illinois has a higher transfer and rate and graduation rate than the national averages and ranks second in the nation with an overall completion rate of 20%, again, within 6 years since the start of community college, the rate is still 3 times lower than the corresponding 6-year graduation rate for students who begin at 4-year institutions in Illinois. And again, similar gaps persist across various student populations. Transfer students face multiple systemic challenges that hinder their success. According to Insight Higher Ed, in 2024, students nationwide lose an average of 43% of the credits they earn at a community college when transferring to 4-year institutions, costing them both time and money to complete a bachelor's degree. Credit loss happens in various ways when courses are not accepted by the receiving institution, or when transfer credits count only as electives rather than fulfilling major or general education requirements. And because many of our bachelor's programs have limited room for electives, students often need to take additional courses, sometimes an extra year worth of courses, to meet graduation requirements and effectively delaying progress towards their degree. The absence of guaranteed transfer admission and clearly defined degree pathways often leaves students uncertain about their academic trajectory, which complicate things further. Limited degree planning resources make it difficult for students to understand how courses transfer and counting towards degree requirements. And while advising is a critical component to student success, silence among advising efforts between 2-year and 4-year institutions result in fragmented guidance, and students ending up taking the courses that fulfill their requirements of an associate or bachelor's degree, but without any connectivity between the institutions. Additionally, few opportunities may exist for students to catch up on prerequisite courses and further delaying their progresses, especially this is when they move from a 2-year to 4-year institution and they realize that they don't have some of the prerequisites that are required to take some of the courses that are required for the major. These academic hurdles are compounded by reduced financial aid and limited wraparound support services, make it harder for transfer students to persist and complete their degrees. So what we're trying to do in Illinois is to break silos and trying to address the institutional challenges that students face while they're in an institution and during their process of transferring to another institution, connecting that pathway to careers. And the goal is to increase bachelor's degree attainment rates for students starting in Chicago public schools, earning an associate degree in City College of Chicago, and then transferring to UIC to earn a bachelor's degree. And once we have this running in Chicago, the vision is to expand the program to students at high schools and community colleges throughout Illinois. And again, we hope that this can serve as a model for nationally to be expanded in other high school and community colleges and 4-year institutions. So to do that, the Chicago Roadmap 2.0 project brings together one of the nation's largest public K-12 districts, a major community college system, and Chicago's only public R1 university. Chicago Public Schools serve more than 320,000 students from diverse backgrounds. City Colleges of Chicago, one of the largest community college systems in the country, enroll over 60,000 students across 7 campuses and hold federal designations as a minority serving institution, with campuses recognized as Hispanic serving institutions, predominantly Black institutions, and an Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institutions, or ANAPISI. The University of Illinois Chicago serves nearly 36,000 students, majority of whom receive Pell Grants and are first generation, and is also designated as MSI, HSI, and ANAPISI, supporting a highly diverse student population. Building on the success of the Chicago Roadmap, the Roadmap 1.0, or otherwise Roadmap, which was a transfer partnership between Chicago Public Schools and City College of Chicago, that was launched 5 years ago and has been extremely successful. And building on that success, UIC is now collaborating with CPS and CCC to expand the initiative into what we call the Chicago Roadmap 2.0. This enhanced program aims to establish seamless transfer pathways from CPS to CCC to UIC, with a primary goal of eliminating credit loss during the transfer and improving access, affordability, and timely bachelor's degree completion. This slide highlights the 5 key components of the Chicago Roadmap 2.0. And those include the collaborative transfer agreements, the creation of effective transfer pathways, an innovative transfer degree planning portal, coordinating proactive academic advising, and targeted student support services. These efforts will be scaled again across the Illinois as we expand the program. So this is a busy slide that just captures a snapshot of the programs that are available to students in CPS, while they are transferring to City Colleges of Chicago, and then during their time in City College of Chicago, and then as they transfer to UIC and complete their degree program at UIC. Students have a variety of options to take college credit courses, either through test-based credits opportunities, but also through dual credit, dual enrollment, and early college, summer college opportunities also before they start attending City College of Chicago. While there is a lot of programming to ensure their success, and summer programming at UIC as they make the transition to UIC, and programming during their time at UIC. I have highlighted here in red the degree planning portal, because this is something that I will showcase a little bit in more detail later in the presentation. So going through the 5 components that I mentioned earlier, the first one is related to the collaborative agreements. So UIC has a transfer admission guaranteed program for students who currently enroll in any of the 7 City Colleges of Chicago and many other Illinois community colleges. In fact, we have 22 agreements across the state of Illinois, capturing a good portion of the community colleges. We're approaching almost 50%. We're a little bit below 50%. And with these agreements, students are guaranteed a spot in a bachelor's degree program, provided that they meet the program's requirements. And the program requirements entail that they have fulfill general education coursework in most of the degree programs, but in some of the STEM degree programs, additional courses are required, which are geared towards STEM fields, and in order to be admitted into that program, and a minimum GPA of 3.0. So the number of credits vary from 24 to 43, depending on the degree program that the students are transferring to. There is also a U of I system-wide transfer guarantee program that started 2022. The TAG program at UIC has started back in 2017. And the U of I system transfer guarantee program again covers students from Illinois community colleges after graduating from Illinois high school and have completed 36 transferable credit hours and also satisfy the English language proficiency requirement for the two courses that require in the first year and have a minimum 3.0 GPA. So this transfer guarantee program is at the college level. The TAG program is at the program level. The second component of the Roadmap 2.0 is the transfer pathways, which basically conceptualize the students' interest into tangible course plans and sequencing all the coursework or the course requirements as they see themselves from starting from CPS, moving to CCC, and then to UIC. So there are static degree plans that showcase the feasibility that completing a bachelor's degree program in 4 years if students take the right courses at the right time. And the goal here is to eliminate credit loss as they move from one institution to the other. So here's an example of a pathway. This is related to the roadmap pathway in CPS, healthcare model pathway for students starting in CPS, moving to City College of Chicago to earn an associate in science degree in biology pathway, and then moving to UIC to complete a degree in biological sciences. So this is something actually that it is on our website, and I should have said before, I'll go back one slide here or two, the lower right QR codes point into our resources for that related topic. So this map here shows the first 4 terms of a student as they are taking courses in City Colleges of Chicago, and the left column here outlines the courses that they are required to take for the associate degree and how those courses count towards the associate degree, but also count towards, the equivalency for the UIC program, biological sciences. And in this column here, it shows how students can fulfill these credits through test-based credits while they're in CPS or through early college coursework that they can take before they start at CCC. So with this map now, there's clear transparency that a given course can be fulfilled in various ways, and also how the course counts in the various institutions. And as they complete the associate degree and move to UIC, this is the remaining coursework that they need to take, another 4 semesters to complete the degree in biological sciences. And again, that shows that it is possible to complete the degree in 8 terms. And there is the credit loads through that process to be exactly zero. Of course, students may be starting at different starting points in terms of credits earned, and that could lead to additional credits and courses that you need to take. The fourth, the next element in the series here of the Roadmap 2.0 is related to the coordinated advising. While technological innovation is a key element to this project, collaborative, coordinated, and proactive advising across CPS, city colleges, and UIC is a critical component to the success of this program and provides the connective tissue, ensuring that students enroll in appropriate courses from the outset, remain on track, and transition in a seamless way between institutions. So here what we're trying to build, and we are in the process of developing, is we will have UIC pathway developers who will be working very closely with transfer specialists in city colleges and early college navigators in CPS to ensure that there is cross-institution collaboration and coordination in order to help students, again, make the right decisions in terms of the coursework that they need to take if they have a goal to complete a four-year degree program at UIC. So this is one of the very critical elements, of course, for the success of the program. And student success programming that cultivates experiential learning and other skills while providing academic and social support that are important to ensure students are successful as they transfer to CCC and then to UIC. It's an important part of this program. I would like to also take a moment here to highlight our newly launched UIC Aspire program, which covers 100% tuition and fees for all incoming first-year and transfer students from families with a household income of 75,000 or less. We anticipate that once fully scaled, the program will approximately cover 58% of all UIC undergraduates that will have their mandatory costs fully covered through this initiative. And as of this fall, 2025, 50% of our new first year and transfer students have their costs fully covered. Additionally, we're expanding our support to CCC students through the new STAR Scholarship Agreement, which offers up to 5,000 per year for 2 years based on financial, academic, and enrollment criteria. And just trying to help scholars from CCC, again, making a seamless continuation of their education at UIC, providing financial aid. We realize that this is it's not only enough to expand access and offer seamless pathways to a college degree, it's also critical to remove financial barriers so that students can pursue their dreams, and this is what we're trying to do at UIC. I left the degree planning portal last because this is something I'm going to expand also during my talk a little bit later. I mentioned this before, that the Chicago Roadmap 2.0 will leverage an innovative transfer degree planning portal to provide students and their families with a real-time degree plan and personalized guidance on how their course credits will apply toward a bachelor's degree and what do they need to take in addition to the courses that they transfer to complete that degree program. This interactive portal is a close collaborative effort with Vice Provost Greg Hellman, at University of Arizona, Damour Systems, Colorado State University, the Association for Undergraduate Education at Research Universities, of course, University of Illinois, Chicago, and the University of Illinois system. So we are all working together to put this tool into place to help our transfer students be successful. And it can also be used for first-year students. It's not just for first students. It can be used for continuing students, even at UIC, as they start their career at UIC, thinking that they are going and planning to complete a given degree program. And during the course of the first year or second, they may have changed their minds and trying to investigate another degree program. This portal will give that ability to examine how coursework can be applicable to the other major and what other courses they need to take in order to complete the degree program that they're planning to do. So again, the portal will enable students from high schools and community colleges and any other four-year institution also to put together a plan of the courses that they have taken or plan to take and see what else they need to take in real time, trying to meet the students where they are and give them a term based on their credentials at the time. I will expand a little bit further on this later in the talk again. Now, the degree planning portal is based on the curricular analytics framework. And I have a couple of slides just to discuss a little bit more about the curricular analytics. That's a major project undertaken by UERU. Curricular analytics is an open source toolkit that uses data analysis and visualization of degree plans to support curriculum improvements. It enables institutions to identify curricular bottlenecks and structural complexities and guide with data from curriculum revision efforts and faculty input to make more effective curricular and create degree plans that will be feasible for students to graduate and complete them in 4 years. It also, through this project, which is a collaboration of 30 institutions that we shared our undergraduate degree programs into, we put them first into the curricular analytics, and then we shared them across the other institutions to provide a resource to all institutions in this project to compare degree programs that they have in their institutions with the complexity factors and the topology, if you like, of the curriculum in other collaborating institutions, and they can learn from each other in order to optimize their curricula. And UIC is part of this collaboration, and which has been going on for more than 4 years now since the start. So it's an amazing tool that you encourage other institutions to adopt. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. It takes some effort to convert the degree programs into the curricular analytics framework. But it's not a heavy lift, and it's something that we did it and we continue to do and update, and we have incorporated curricular analytics into academic program review and assessment process. And based on the feedback that we have received from the departments and the colleges, it has been very well received, and from the students too, as a great tool for curriculum development. And just to demonstrate a little bit of what is the output of the curricular analytics visualization, here what I show is the bachelor's, the BS in computer science from UIC. That shows the 8 terms of the program and the recommended core 4-year study, if you like, the term by term recommendations of coursework the students to take to complete this program in 4 years. and the lines show the dependency of courses as they move from one term to another. If we move the mouse in one course, and I selected the Calculus 1 course, the tool is providing some additional information. It has here complexity factor, delay factor, and blocking. In simple terms, blocking 25 in this particular case implies that there are 25 courses that depend on the Calculus 1 course. So all the courses that they are listed with green, all of them are 25. So that means that the calculus course is very important and central to the computer science degree program. Delay factor, which is 6, is defined as the longest path in the corresponding curriculum that contains the course. So that means how many terms have courses that are connected with a computer science program. And you can see this because I have highlighted a path that it is 6. 6 terms actually are connected to the Math 180 or the Calculus 1 course. Which implies also that if students do not pass that course in their first semester, very likely they are going to have to take another 9th semester in order to complete the computer science degree program at UIC. And again, this is not typical only to UIC. This is across computer science programs in other institutions. So these are the challenges that we have to face, and this is a great tool to use in order to think about these challenges and find creative ways to address them, so we can provide degree programs that they have lower overall complexity for our students to be successful. So using, for some reason I clicked too many things. So using now the curriculum analytics, again, through our collaboration with Greg and Damour and UERU and Varelas and everybody at UIC and also at UI System, we have developed a prototype, which is a proof of principle, if you like, of the degree planning portal. And that's the one that I'm going to show you a few slides and screenshots in order to see its ability. It's accessible through the QR code here, and perhaps someone from my team is also going to put the link into the portal as well, into the chat. So actually, that's the website that you learned on, and this is what it is in the back, So in order for the guts of the program that makes it working is an input interface, and the input receives at the moment, the coursework that students either plan to take or have taken in City College of Chicago, but that will be extrapolated in any community college. Also, it will include dual credit, dual enrollment courses, or test-based credits that students take during while they are in high school. And then by selecting a degree program that they would like to study at UIC, that initial coursework will be mapped, and the tool is going to highlight how these courses count, whether there are any courses that are not counted, or with how many degrees also, how many credits are transferred. And then it will tell us how the courses count towards the degree requirements, either as elective or selective or general education coursework or major requirements, and then list any additional courses that the students need to take. Now, the optimization is done through the curricular analytics framework. It's a very sophisticated optimizer that is developed by Greg and his team in order to provide the most optimum degree planning for the students to consider. But there is an opportunity for students, of course, to edit and then fine-tune it, if you like, to their needs as well. So that's the basic idea that we are working towards right now to incorporate all of our degree programs into this tool that are accessible for our transfer students. So going back to the prototype, one has to click transfer to UIC. And then once you transfer, you come into this page that asks you to search for the school, the community college that the students originate. At the moment, oops, again, sorry about that. It's only the City College of Chicago that we have incorporate the coursework. But here, other options will be available. Like if students coming directly from high school, and again, something that I did not mention, in this roadmap 2.0, in addition to capturing students starting from CPS, moving to City College of Chicago, and then coming to UIC, we are also going to capture students who are in Chicago public schools and graduate with almost an associate degree or with many college credits who they have taken through dual credit, dual enrollment, or test by credits. And those students would like to directly transfer to UIC, and we're working towards this kind of pathway. So students, in this case, will have to select the coursework, college credit coursework that they took while in high school, and also anything related to IB, AP, and so on that can correspond to college credit. So more to come in the inputs. So let's go to the next page. So once we select the City College of Chicago, then the course catalog appears, and then we need to select courses that we have already, that the student has taken in order to see how they count. So in this particular case, I have selected those courses that are listed here. Sorry about that. Oops. I don't know why it's moving forward here. I have selected a programming course, two English courses, a history course, a math, calculus, psychology, and sociology. Then the next choice into the menu is to select which degree program at UIC I'm interested in. And the only one that has been populated in this prototype is computer science. So I click computer science, and then I clicked on generate transfer report. And once I do that, I will get a term by term degree plan taking into account the courses that I have specified at the beginning. Before I go into the degree plan, there is that option here in the menu, Analyze Degree Plan. So if I click that one, then I get a summary of the total number of credits that they were transferred. These were from the courses that I pre-selected. In this particular case, there are 23 credit hours that they were transferred, and they are all in green because by selection, I selected courses that I know they transfer. So they're all green, and they're highlighted how they were transferred, how many credits were transferred. And also, the tool provides information of the courses that I have pre-selected from City College of Chicago what is the equivalent course of those courses at UIC, and also what do they satisfy, if it is they satisfy general education requirements or course requirements. And then there is a full listing of courses that a student needs to take in order to complete a computer science degree. So this is just a summary. So we go back, and once I see now the degree plan, there are various ways to display this, and I know there are more visualizations that they have been developed, but they have not been yet released. So the first one is a linear one. So you see term 1, term 2, term 3. These are at UIC, and the student, given the courses that I selected, will need to take 6 additional terms with a proposed course schedule as outlined by the tool. Now, here one may think, some students may not be able to take more than 3 courses a semester, or maybe the first semester they cannot take more than 3 courses. In the next, they can take a little bit more. So there is a way to edit this, and by dragging one course from one term to another, a student will be able to create a degree plan that it is geared towards what they were planning to do, and taking into account everything else that they have to do over the course of that semester. Now, the tool will not allow for someone to edit the degree plan if that movement of a course violates course prerequisite. So this is only for courses that they do not violate the prerequisites. So if I display again the term by term visualization of the degree plan, and I hover the mouse into one of the courses, which barely you can see it here, it says CS 141, it highlights with green all the courses that they have CS 141 as a prerequisite, basically. So all the dependent courses from that one. And if we click on the grid visualization of the tool, then you see here term by term, again, the same courses as I listed them in the plan mode, which is the linear mode. You can see them in the term by term, one side versus the other, I mean, from one term to the other. And again, hovering the mouse in one of the courses here, CS 141, you see again which courses depend from that one. And I can take one course and move it from here to there. If I don't break prerequisites, the tool is going to allow me to make that edit. Otherwise, it will not. The same way here is I can hover the mouse in a course which comes later in the curriculum, and the tool will also highlight the prerequisites of these courses and the prerequisites of those courses here. So basically the course dependencies, if you like. And that gives you an ability when 341, for example, if a student would like to take this course at the 3rd term, in this particular case, it will not violate any prerequisites, and the tool will allow the students to do it. If they move that from the 5th term to the 2nd term, it will not be able to do it because it violates prerequisites. And the last visualization is through the graph mode. And again, shows you as the curricular analytics example that I showed you before, it shows the dependencies of the courses with the prerequisites. And the same here, if I hover the mouse in CS 141, you will see the courses that come next. So that's all about that course selection. But if I had selected now some courses that I know do not transfer to UIC, so then I selected here, I replace a couple of courses with 2 other courses I highlight here with red that I know they don't transfer. In this course summary, you will see that we lost credits. There are 2 courses that did not transfer in red, and the number of credits now that transfer, it was reduced to 12 credit hours. And everything else will remain the same. Perhaps there will be an additional term that will be added because of 2 missing courses from the sequence. So that's all about the portal. We are very, very excited to have such a tool. Tried at UIC, and we're looking forward to the next year as we're developing the whole roadmap 2.0 elements, and also the degree planning portal, and expanding into our degree programs. So it will be an incredible tool for our students. So, in summary, these are my takeaway points, and I know there may be some questions. I see already some chat coming through, but I cannot see the chat at the moment. So I will leave them in the screen here, and I will jump into addressing any questions. I know we have another 15 minutes left, so I don't want to take any more time. So appreciate you all, and thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to the conversation.
Thank you, Nikos. This has been fantastic. Can folks please use the raise hand function? I think that'll make it easier for us to see everyone who'd like to ask a question. And there was one in the chat. It would.
Yeah, I'm trying to see now the chat.
Yeah.
So can you read the question, Steve? Because
yeah. So Samantha's asking about. It says, do you have an estimate of how many of your programs are in the the transfer articulation database, and how long did it take to get that number? This questioner is from Massachusetts, where they have articulation agreements for popular programs, but for obscure ones, they don't, apparently.
So the degree database, you're referring to the transfer admission guarantee program?
Yeah, Amy said transfer articulation database.
I'm Samantha, and I work for
Thanks,
the
Samantha.
Massachusetts Department of Higher Ed, and this technology looks really great and seamless, but part of our issue is the actual articulation agreements themselves. And so with even for actually some of our popular programs, faculty can't agree that, your chemistry is our chemistry. And so I'm wondering if you know anything about like your articulation agreements, and if those agreements already exist and that's how they end up in this portal.
Yeah,
because I know it sounds like your portal's limited for a couple, but you've got a lot more connections, I think, coming.
Right. So the portal pulls from the overall transfer articulation database. Within that database, we have hundreds of thousands of courses articulated across the US and other countries. In our case, every Illinois community college, we have full catalog reviews completed with articulations in the system. So when the portal is pulling, it's going to be, yes, it is limited by what you have in there, but because we have so many courses articulated, it really fills in all of the holes.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining, Samantha. That's great. We have a question from Maria Stampino from the University of Miami.
This is really quite amazing. Thank you, Nikos. I wanted to ask a couple of questions. One is about, are you hoping that laying this out so clearly might in fact entice some students from the high schools to join UIC directly as opposed to going through CCC? And also you have a very good point about engaging students in research, even as transfer students. And so I'm sure you've been doing some of that. And so if you could share that or point us to some resources.
Yeah, that's both very good questions. Currently, our first year class has about 40 to 42% CPS students. So we are enrolling and admitting a big fraction of our first year class from CPS. And students who would like to benefit with this tool will be almost everybody, either a CPS and by expansion from any high school in the state or from any community college or higher institution. And we can expand even nationally as well. So I don't see that the tool will change how students feel, about their pathway. It may help them. I think it will help them to realize that if I take that AP course or that IB or that dual credit will perhaps save me a semester of that degree program at UIC. But again, we are fortunate to serve the great city of Chicago, our students, and we do have a lot of students from CPS, and helping those who go into city colleges and then come to USC. That program will enhance this pathway. In terms of the other question regarding to research opportunities, yes, we are building even more into that front by expanding some of our programs, some of the pathway programs into STEM, if you like, fields, and also capturing student interest early on while they're in city colleges and also in all of our transfer institutions, community colleges, to capture them early during summer engagements, to showcase what we offer in terms of research, and also providing some programming over the summer in order to get to know what will it take to do research at UIC, and then expanding programs that we have at UIC. We're creating actually a research hub right now, encompassing all the campus-wide programs that we offer as opportunities for students to participate in research into one umbrella, and also provide a resource for many of the opportunities that colleges already offer in one place, in order to students go into the research hub and say, hey, I'm in liberal arts and sciences, and I would like to study humanities. And what research opportunities do I have in order to participate and get funded, and that we can provide at the campus level, but also will point to the students other opportunities that the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences provide as well. So.
We have about 5 minutes. We have a question from Stephen Gerardo from Georgia Tech, and then Alistair Smith from the University of Idaho.
Yes, really quickly, Nikos, this was great. I came in a little bit late for my own divisional town hall. My question was a little bit like, the UTSA presentation at the UVP meeting too, was, did you mention, have you integrated the curricular analytics into the curricular approval process there itself, into like the faculty governance side of it? Just curious, and that's a little off the topic of the transfer portal piece, but just like really quickly, and apologies again if you did highlight this, but just kind of wondered if that had been integrated into your curricular approval process.
Yeah, we have integrated curricular analytics into academic program review and assessment. So we do external reviews of all of our programs. And through that self-study report that departments put together for their external reviewers, one portion of the review is the curricular analytics portion, in order to see whether they're aware of it and whether they have looked at their degree programs through the curricular analytics visualizations in order to learn from and summarize that. So we have integrated into the review process. And of course, we have made it available throughout the campus, and Amy, who spoke earlier, in her group, updates year after year with any revisions of our programs, any new programs that come into play into curricular analytics. So we have a current status of all of our degree programs in curricular analytics at the moment.
Dr. Smith?
Yes, thank you. And I always love learning how people are using curricular analytics. We're using it here too. So the question I had was, As the transfer students start going into the program and you're starting to actually see them go through, I'm curious if you're also started integrating the curricular analytics blocking information with like DFWI rates to start like highlighting where students may be getting stopped along the way, especially if they're transferring in and they may have be missing some of the expertise that in-person students have received.
Yeah, that's a very good question too. We have a very detailed and comprehensive program on collecting and learning from the data on DFW rates. So curricular analytics provides information about bottleneck courses, and on those and many other courses, of course, we have dashboards that we give the historic data of how DFW rates progress over the years. And we are fortunate to see that the whole campus has worked together in order to bring DFW rates in our courses to breaking the records almost year after year to the lowest numbers that we have ever seen. Calculus courses average way less than 20% DFW rates, and they have changed by factors of 2 from 10 years ago, and many other courses also. So we haven't directly mapped by clicking, in a curricular analytics visualization to get the DFW rate of that course yet, but this is something that's in our minds, and probably we need help from the developers also to do that. But we have a separate dashboards that captures all of that.
Just have a minute or two. Is there a quick last question? Well, Nikos, I think you've offered a lot for people to think about. As was posted in the chat, you will be reprising along with CCC and CBS colleagues some of this work at our national conference. Thank you for that, in January. And we're at work, as many people know, on a book that talks a lot more about the curricular analytics project that Dr. Varelas referenced earlier in his remarks, that involves so many of you, of the people who are joining us on this call today, who've contributed to that work and made it possible over a 4-year stint to gather information that helped us verify that curricular structure is indeed, a causal factor in determining equitable student success, and helping us explore how university leaders like the folks on this call can use this information to better foster through all kinds of different methods better student success, improve it on their campuses, involving faculty, staff, everyone who needs to play a role. So I know you all join me in thanking Dr. Varelas, all his colleagues at the University of Illinois, Chicago, and all their many, many partners who they work with in order to achieve this really striking and important, successful pilot project that has implications for all of us. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll post this recording and the slides very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.